second. It is one of those mornings where I'm running around trying to catch up. I am going to have the rest of my ground chicken for breakfast. I always have something for breakfast, and it's almost always protein. That way I'm already like 10 steps ahead with the protein, and I don't ever have to worry at the end of the day. So I'm going to have some ground chicken. You know, put this in here. There we go. And then I'm going to have coffee. I do love my coffee, but here's the big thing. I always wait 1 hour after waking up so that my natural adrenaline, your body's natural adrenaline gets released, and so you wake up better. I don't ever want to depend on coffee. I'm not a caffeine addict. And I actually, this is funny, I have both. I have decaf and I have regular. Yes, I do instant. I like my instant coffee, and I think I'm gonna do decaf. And the other thing is, I do like sweetener, but I don't like sugar. I'm not a sugar person. I don't want to add sugar. So I have my cute little honey pot, and notice how any honey pot is always going to be either wooden or glass. It's almost always in glass. Sometimes they're in plastic, but rarely do you see one in plastic. And then the other thing is, I'm back. Okay. Other thing is, so I always start with the honey. I always put that first, and I'll put a good amount. I'll put a good, what I think is about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more than a tablespoon. I like my coffee sweet. And then, this is key. Always mix with a glass or a wooden spoon. Just like caviar, the components of honey will actually change when it hits a metal spoon. So a lot of people grab a metal spoon. This changes the honey's composition. So always, I got these really cute glass spoons from Zara, and I'm obsessed. I'm like genuinely obsessed. And then I'll put some coffee. Oh, I hate it when that happens. What am I gonna do? Okay. Damage control. Damage control. And then I'll just probably use this. I sometimes have a second cup, but I rarely have a second cup. It just depends on the day. Okay, that's better. Good morning. There we go. And then I actually love to put tomato sauce in this. So we are going to put, do I have tomato sauce? I don't have tomato sauce. I do not have tomato sauce. No, I do. Tomate frito. I just grab a little one. And that's good. So this is breakfast. Again, always sitting down for breakfast. So I will grab my high and mighty stool. If you like eating in the kitchen, I like eating in the kitchen, then this is perfect. I love having this stool because then I don't have to go to the dining room. I like the dining room. I like the kitchen more. Okay. So yesterday, and last thing with the coffee, I do like my milk. So this is one of my favorite hand-painted. I did not hand make this, I wish. Hand-painted mugs from Kanai. It's a beautiful studio in the center of Barcelona. And whenever I feel like just being creative, but I don't want to buy my own art supplies or whatever, I'm like, I'll just do ceramics. So I have a lot of nice mugs and things like that. They have all kinds of things. Lactose-free milk in my coffee. I've tried almond milk. I've tried oat milk. Thing with oat milk and soy milk, so those two in specific, oat milk and soy milk are a little bit harder to digest for me specifically, and then they usually have a little bit more additives and preservatives in order to keep it nice. And then when it comes to almond milk or even cashew milk, It's really hard to find one that doesn't have an emulsifier. So an emulsifier is something that makes the consistency a lot thicker, like milk. I love milk. I am a huge milk fan. Like, I will drink just cups and cups of milk. So when I became lactose intolerant 3 years ago, I was devastated. Like, I just didn't know what to do. And I tried the nut milks, and I found that I was actually having even more problems digesting because of the emulsifiers. You can make it at home, and I actually want to do that with you. But again, that's an added step. It's an extra thing to do at home. As quick as it might be, you know, people always say, oh, you know, it's so fast. It is. It is fast to make. But it's still something that you need to make versus this I just buy and I literally pour into my milk. Make it simple, stupid. And I'm going to say this over and over again. You do not need to overcomplicate your life. You do not need to say that you're going to make everything, and then at the last minute, you know, you're exhausted and you're thinking to yourself, I can't make the cashew milk. So I like my lactose-free milk. It has lactase in it. That's the difference between regular milk and lactose-free. Lactose-free usually just has the added lactase, and my body, don't ask me how or why, 3 years ago, and I was born lactose intolerant, so I couldn't intake my mother's milk, and it went away. Now it's back. So people that are lactose intolerant don't have the enzyme lactase, which helps to cut and digest milk. So just yeah, and this is breakfast. So ground chicken with some tomato sauce. Is it the most amazing, delicious breakfast in the world? Absolutely not. It helps me get to my goals, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, it satisfies me. It's not the most delicious meal. If I could have avocado toast with egg whites, I would, but I'm going. And I have coffee. I love coffee. It's good stuff. I'll see you in a bit.